Hi, my name is Davide, and I've been working for some years with Technobit, the software house owner of the Tilelook brand. And today I wanted to introduce you this platform, Tilelook. As I said, it will be a quick presentation due to the tight schedule, but you can in any moment then send me your inquiries, your questions, and I will reply to you by mail or through our chat in our website. I will show you then how to proceed. However, Tilelook, all the Tilelook staff and me, we are always at your disposal for any further requests, any information, or also for a free online demo when necessary. Okay, so let's see our Tilelook. As you can see on the screen, Tilelook is a platform made by two elements. One website, one an interactive website, and a design tool. Is a software for designing in 2D, 3D, and rendering our projects. So these two elements are linked together, are interactive, and they made our platform, Tilelook. Tilelook is aimed at retailers, manufacturers of bathroom furniture, coverings, tiles, and so on, but also to architects, decorators, and to anyone who simply wants to access a file containing thousands of products and release projects in 2D and 3D and rendering, and at the same time produce a detailed and complete offer for any eventual potential customers. You don't have to be a software or AutoCAD design professional or an expert to use Tilelook. Our website is very easy to navigate, and our software is very user-friendly. We will see. I invite you to watch at our free video tutorials on our YouTube channel. And do not hesitate to request any information to me or to our staff via chat or through our mail address, that is contact@tilelook.com. Okay, first we will have a look to our website. We say that the platform is made by two elements, website and software design tool. These elements are linked together, are interactive. So let's see our website. This is our website, tilelook.com. On left side, you have you can select the language you prefer, and then you have here on the upper part four main menus, the main menus of our website. The first menu is products. Here you can have, you open this menu and you have the brands we work with, more than 450 international brands from all over the world, producing tiles, coverings, bathroom accessory, furniture, and so on. So in case we click on brands, we open a section where we can see all the brands in our file. As you can see, there are 471 international brands from all over the world. Here you have the logos of the companies. You can filter the company you are interested in by searching by brand, if you know the name of the company, or if you just know the first letter of the name. For example, if I'm looking to the company Marazzi, I click Mara, and automatically the software filter me the names, and I get the brand here on the lower side. Or I can select it by countries or by product type or in alphabetic order. Okay, so I can select by categories: tiles, bathroom accessory, furniture, bathtubs, from countries, or in alphabetic order. Okay, so 471 brands from much than 450 countries. We work with these companies, and we have the file of this company. It means we have in our directory all the products produced by these companies with information, prices, and so on. And all the products are available for your project. So you can produce a project by using our design tool, our software, by using the products of these companies. Let's go on with the menu, and we have tiles. So if I click in these bottom tiles, I get all the tiles coverings available in our directory. We have a file of more than 250,000 tiles from all over the world, from all these companies that we have seen. We can select and filter the tiles I'm interested in by clicking on the left side and writing, as I tell you, the name of the company. For example, Sant'Agostino. I have Ceramica Sant'Agostino. I click and I get all the products produced by the company Ceramica Sant'Agostino. I can filter again by collection. I have all the collection of this producer. I can filter the product by formats, color, tile type. If I want bullnose, edge, listel, for wall, for floor, okay, mosaic, for colors, and for material. So you have many filters to select the product you are interested in. The same works for the 3D objects. In this case, we are talking about furniture pieces, accessories, taps, sanitaries, and so on. More than 35,000 3D objects. You can select the company, and then you can have the collection as well, as same as the categories. You can filter the product even if you don't have a specific company. You are not interested in a specific company, but you want a product type. For example, you require a bathroom cabinets or bathtubs. You just click on that, and you get all the bathtubs available in our file. 1,761 bathtubs from many companies, okay? Then you have the other filters by size, for example, and so on. Then we go on with the other function of our website. It's an interactive website, as I said. You have rooms. Here you find all the projects uploaded by our user, by the users of Tilelook. It means by the people, the user, distributors, handlers, showrooms, architects, designers, manufacturers, who has an abonnement, who has a license with our product. Okay, so that have an account with Tilelook. They can realize the projects, bathrooms, kitchens, living rooms, and then they can publish the projects in our website, and we can achieve to these projects. It's clear that any dealer is or any user, any Tilelook user is free to make the projects public or private. I can produce a project and then do not publish on the website. We have a function we will see later that allows me to make my project published. It means everyone who is visiting my website can achieve to my project, or I can make it private, so I can achieve just with my account. Here we have the projects. Let's select this one for the first one, for example. We double click on the project and we open the project. We have the designer, the architect, the dealer, and the one who has made, who has prepared this project. We have a list complete of accessories and tiles we have used on this project. So if in case I am interested, I'm a visitor of our website, I'm a private potential end consumer, and I'm interested in one of these elements presented in my project, I just need to request quote, to click on this bottom, yellow bottom, and automatically will send a request to the dealer who has made the same project. Okay, here you have on the lower side you have other projects made by the same designer, by the same handler, by the same dealer. And then here on the left side you have the rendering produced by our design tool. Okay, these are renderings made with our software. You can get some images like this one, perspective rendering. It means these are simple pictures, simple images, just photos, realized, I repeat, with our software. That is very, very user-friendly, very easy to learn. Or, and is interesting, you can have also a 360 degrees rendering. When I double-click on the icon, I open this situation and I can get my 360 degrees render. I can navigate into my bathroom. This is interesting. And I can have a 360 view of my project. This is also this has been produced also with our software, with our design tool. We will see later how to produce it. This is very interesting, this situation, because it allows you also to promote your projects by Facebook. There is a system to promote the project by Facebook, by social network. I invite you for this specific argument to follow our tutorial, our free tutorial in our in our Tilelook channel. Or even you can use your mobile phone. You can present the product, the project, in this case, this bathroom, in your mobile phone. For example, if I open my mobile phone, this is my mobile phone, I have the same project, and then I can navigate into the project, you see. And I can navigate into the project also with my mobile phone. Okay, let's go on with our website. You have also you have here all the projects divided also by room. If you want a bathroom, kitchen, living room. As I told you, these are public projects. It means the user who has prepared this project has decided to publish and to make it available in our website. You can even decide not to make it available, to get it as private project. Then you have a retailer. This is important because it, in case I am a potential end consumer, I'm interested in ties or something like that, and I need to find a retailer of a specific brand close to my city, to my village. It's very important because with this function, you can select the brand you are interested in. For example, I repeat, for example, for me it's very easy, Marazzi. Okay, the company Marazzi. I can select the radius, and then I can click the button Find a Retailer, and automatically I get the retailers closer to my region. The retailers of Marazzi closer to my village. Okay, this is very interesting for promoting your brands, for promoting your activity. This is important when you get your profile, when you get your account. We will see that later. Just to mark to put in your village, your countries, your address, so that in case anyone is searching for, is looking for a brand you are dealing with, it's very easy. Through this function, you can find your company very easy. Okay, then another function, request quote. This is something that is a new situation we have introduced a couple of months ago. Through this function, I can request a quote for a bathroom, for a project of a bathroom, for a project of a kitchen, living room, bedroom, to the dealer the closer to my region. So if I want to have a quotation for a bathroom, let's say, I can just click on this menu, select the room I'm interested in. As I told you, now it's bathroom. Next, here I can indicate some preferences. I have here some projects, some default projects, and I can indicate if, for example, here I'm interested in specific in the taps furniture, taps elements, or maybe here I'm interested in the floor. Here maybe on the bathtub. Okay, so I can put my preferences, or I can skip this step, no problem, I can skip, and then I click next. I have to attach the room plan. It means a JPEG file with the sizes of my room for allowing the dealer, the architect, the Tilelook user to prepare a project for me. So I attach a JPEG file. It has to be, as I told you, a JPEG file. Okay. Then next, I can specify the brands I'm interested in. So I can here, I click here and I have in alphabetic order all the 471 companies available in our file, or I can just mark some name, this one, okay, just for example, okay, and then, sorry, something else, rest. Room plan. You have to add a JPEG file. Next, as I told you, you can mark here the brand you are interested in. Okay, and then next, you can select the budget of your project, and then when necessary, you can put some comments and send the request. The request will be sent to a pro user that will be then able to prepare for you and reply directly to you with an offer, with a complete offer for your bathroom. Okay, now we go on and we have a look to the pro area. It means I suggest it's all very important in order to get also the possibility of using our design tool. You have to create an account. It's a free account. Now I have an account. I log out. You just access at the pro area. You click at the pro area, and here you have some menus as well. Very important, you have the features of any profile. We have actually three user profile, three different subscriptions: pro, business, and corporate. The pro account is for one computer. The business is for 3 users, and the corporate is for 15 users. Then you have many other features that I invite you to read in this specific part. Okay, then you have a chapter learn. Here you can achieve to all the tutorial video. We have a huge number of tutorial video, very easy to find, very easy to learn. You can find this tutorial video directly getting started from this chapter, or you can go to our channel in YouTube, Tilelook, and you find all the tutorial in English, in German, in the different languages. Then, in order to get in order to get your account, in order to create your account, you have to click at this button, try Tilelook Pro free for 30 days. So you have automatically a 30 days free trial for our Tilelook Pro version. Okay, it means you can, through this button, create your free account and then upload your design tool. If you click on this button, you have here a form to fill with your name, your mail, your company address, your company name. Very important, the city and the countries. This is important because we have seen then you can be visible to all the visitors of our website who need a product or something close to your village, so you can promote very easily your companies. But it's important to mark here the country and the city. Once you have filled up this format, you then get a free account. I show you my example. You will get a login with a password, and by clicking login, you access to your account. We call it My Tilelook. It's our account. Every pro user, every Tilelook user has an account. And the account is interactive. You have many functions, that I show you very quickly. For example, in your account, you can create your profile. That means the profile that anybody will see once they are visiting the website. I click on profile. And this is, for example, my profile. I'm not a dealer. I'm not a producer. This is just as example. This is my profile. You can, in any moment, modify your profile. Okay. This is if I click here on view profile, you have the view of the profile available in our website. It means when anybody is looking for me on my website, this is my profile. This is what they will see as profile. Here I can put a picture or a logo of my company. The same here. Here are the project. Here below there are the project I've made. There are available public projects. And then on the lower part you have the brands you are working with, you are dealing with. Okay, you have the list of the brands you treat as dealer or architect or designer and so on. You can, as I say, in any moment modify your modify your profile. You can change the image, you can add a logo, you can put a description, and so you can. It's always important to save the changements by clicking on this bottom yellow save changes. You can in any moment modify the profile. Okay, let's go on with other function. Here you can buy or renew your abonnement, your subscription. We have seen we have 3 subscriptions: Pro, Business, and Corporate. Then we have a quick links. Here we have the tutorial video, the same as before. You accede directly to our tutorial video. Very easy to consult. There is a tutorial video for any operation, for any process of our design tool. As concerning the design tool, I forgot before starting, you need to install the software. Okay? Through this button, you can install the software. You can install the design tool. When you click here, you can install your software in your computer. It's very easy. You just have to click on this button. You can download for the Windows system or for Mac. We have the both version available. Here below you have some notes I suggest you to read. The more important is what are the computer requirements. Here, the second one. This is the minimum and suggested requirements for your PC, for your processor, in order to be able to work and to work in the best way with our design tool, with our software. Okay, so once you click download, you automatically download the software into your processor. You have a free trial for 30 days. Then you can subscribe one of the 3 subscriptions. Okay. Once you have installed the design tool, then you have some other function here. For example, you have this one, marketplace, brand I treat. If you are a dealer, this is very important. Here you click on this section here to include the brand you are working with. Because once you include the brand on this specific section, then when somebody is looking at one of these brands, it automatically finds you on the website, and you can get requests of information, request of quotation of these specific brands. Here you can have all the brands available. Here you can have all the brands available. You can add on other brands as much as you want. In between our 471 brands, then you can even cancel as you prefer. It's important to listen and to list here and to mark the brands you are working with. With this function, then you can get also the other function, purchase request. Purchase request. This is our section. This allows you to receive the request from potential end consumer, from architects, for everybody who is interested to some of the brands, some of the products you are dealing with. I show you now some requests, some example. This is very useful to promote. Sorry, there is a problem on the line. This is very useful to promote your products. Okay, you see, purchase request. These are all requests I've received for the brands I'm dealing with, Marazzi, Agape. As I told you, I'm not a dealer. I'm not an architect. I'm not a distributor. It's just an example. But in case you add the company into your account, then you will receive this request. For example, I open the first one. It specifies the product, then the quantity. You have the user info, the info of the person, of the architect, of the end consumer who has requested you this information. You can click on the mail and you can see the mail. you can see the mobile phone, and then you have the product this person is interested in, and then you can reply and sending directly by to this mail address. This person will get directly by mail your offer with your proposal, with your project directly to his mail address. This is very, very interesting. Okay, let's see an example. For example, let's say that I am an end consumer. I'm interested in a tile, in a specific tile. I don't know, this one, for example. I double click on the product. It opens me a technical description of the product with the name of the company, the name of the producer, the collection, and so on. And I can request a quote by clicking on this yellow button. I can request a quote to this company. I can specify the amount, and write a message, and so on. Then I can send a request, and this request will be automatically forwarded to the dealer, the closer to your region, the dealer of this brand closer to your region. And he will get the request into this file purchase request. He will get the mail, and then through this function purchase request, he will get the request, and he can automatically reply with an offer to the end consumer. You see, these are all requests for quotation, for information of products. This is very important to promote. Okay, we go on with our account. Then we move to this part, my folder. Here I have my projects. These are the projects I have created as user, because we are talking about my Tilelook, my account. These are projects that I have produced. These are all my projects. And as I told you, I can, for example, this one, when I click on this project, I have the project name, the designer, in this case it's me. Then I have all the material and the accessories used on my project. I can make this project visible to the website. It means to make it public or private, just to be visible through my own account. I just need to edit, to click on this button, edit, and I have here this function, visibility. I can make it either private or publish. When it's published, then anybody who is visiting the site can visit and can see at my project. When it's private, this is just for me, just visible through my account. I can in any moment modify my project, cancel some pictures, or modify the name, or so on, and then save. It's important after any changement to save the changing. Okay, then this project can be also shared. If I click share, I can, now it's not public, therefore I cannot share, but if I make it public, I can share it with dealers, with architects, let's make it publish in this case. Okay. Then we can share. Now it's private again. I just need to refresh. Okay, you see, I make it as public product, and then I can share through our social network, WhatsApp, Facebook, and so on. I can share it with end consumers, with architects, with the designers, and so on. I can also save this project as my favorite project. Then we will see this function as well. Okay, these are the function of project. Now we go back to our account, my project, my tiles. Here we can import tiles product that we can then use with our software. We can import tiles that are not included in our file. We have seen that here we have more than 250,000 tiles available. When I want to include a tile that this is not included in our file, but I want to add it as my own product, and then use it in my software for my projects, then I can create my own tiles that will be not in the file of Tilelook, but it's my own tile. In order to create a tile, it's very easy. I just need to click on this function, upload a new tile. Okay, here we have a form to fill up. We can give a product name, just write test. You can give a product name. You have to select the room. It's maybe a tile for bathroom. The type of product, it's for floor, for wall, and so on. I can make it for floor. You can add a description of the product, but it's not necessary. Then you go on, and here you can import a JPEG file. In this case, I have one JPEG file here in my file. My personal file is a JPEG file of a tile. I show you. It's a simple JPEG file. I can upload it. Okay. Then I go on. I give the sizes of my style. It's a rectangular size. I can specify the size is in centimeters. I can write 50 centimeter wide and 20 centimeter or 10 centimeter high. Okay. Then next, I select the material. For example, is porcelain. Okay. Then there are other functions concerning the final rendering that I invite you to see through our tutorial video. I can specify the square meter per box, the prices in euros or other currencies, and then I click finish, and I've created my own tile. It means this is a tile I couldn't find in our file, but you see, I have created this tile 50 by 10 centimeters. I've imported, and I can use it on my projects. So it's not necessary to select a tile from our file, from our file in our website, but you can also create your own tile. Okay, this tile will be included in this list, my tile. You can also import objects. The same as for the tile is for objects. You can import 3D objects. The 3D file accepted by our software, by our software is SketchUp file, 3ds, OBJ, DIE, and DXF. So you can import 3D objects with these extensions. In case you cannot find your object in between our 3D objects, you can import your own objects. Okay? You can also import textures for floors and so on. Here are some textures that I've imported for my projects. Even always JPEG pictures, okay? Okay, then there is the My Wish List. My wish list is the list of my favorite products. The product I use the more in my projects. Tiles, 3D objects, textures. I can also select some entire projects. These are my favorite objects, my favorite elements, the elements I use the more for my project. In order to add an element to the wish list is very easy. For example, I go and look, for example, for a tile. See, well, just the first one. Let's see this one, for example. I have a heart here, save. I click on the heart, and automatically this product will be included in my wish list. It means it's part of my favorite project. I can easily find anytime. Here you see it's in my wish list. Anytime I want to make a project and I want to use it in my project, I can find very easily in my wish list. Okay, we have seen a little bit all the details and all the features of our website, interactive website and account. These parts I don't stop on it because these are specially dedicated to brands, to manufacturers, and to corporate dealers. To corporate subscriptions. There are some functions that I don't stop now. You can, in case, ask any question. I remember always you can send in any moment a mail to our address, or even easily, you can, through our website, you go to our website, you find a yellow icon on the bottom part, this yellow icon. You click on the yellow icon and you get a chat. You can send us all your inquiries or your requests, and we reply directly to your mail address. Okay, now we go quickly to, because the schedule is very tight, we go having a look to our software, design software. As I told you, we have both website and software, design software. They are linked together. Let's now see the design software, design tool. Once you have downloaded the software into your computer, you get automatically an icon here in your desktop. You get this icon, and by clicking on the icon, you open the software. You get this page. You just have to type your password, and you get into the software. Here you can open an existing project or start a new project. It means you can open an existing project. You can use, you have at your disposal your projects if you are already a user, the project we have seen and the project you find in your account, or you have some free projects and tutorial projects at your full disposal that you can download, modify, and save as yours. So these are free projects complete with tiles, accessories, furniture, tabs, and so on. These are at your disposal. You can download it, modify, and then save as your project. Free project, and then tutorial project, the project we use in our tutorial video. Okay. For the moment, here you see the tutorial video. For the moment, we start with a new project, okay? Because I wanted to show you the step of the software. When you start with a new project, you have to give a name to the project. You can write the customer name, a reference, I don't know, as you prefer. We write now test one, okay, just as example. You can write a client name, a description of the project when necessary here. Then you click next. Here you can download, you can upload in your project some 3D models. Okay, so I click on the yellow icon. I can load this model from our Tilelook, file. Just this one, for example. I click download, and I automatically get the object in between the accessories, the objects I will use in my project. Okay. Or even you can copy this object from existing projects. If you have already used this object in other projects, you can copy it from other existing projects. Okay? But it's not necessary to upload the 3D models now. You can do in any moments of your project. You can do also later, no problem. If you stay with the flash of your mouse on the icon, you get the preview of the element with the name of the brand, the collection, the sizes, characteristics, and so on. Then next, same is for tiles. You can add the tiles. You can download the tiles from our Tilelook file. As I told you, 262,000, more than 262,000 tiles available. You can select, so I don't know, select one like this one, for example, download, and automatically you get this one in between your tiles. It's also not necessary to do it now. You can do it later in any moments of your project. It's not necessary to download all the project now. You can do also later, no problem. Then room shape. You have to select the room shape in between these examples. Pay attention, this room shape can be modified in any moment of your project. So I select this one, for example. Next, here you can include windows and doors, for example. This is my room shape. I have this red button here. I can click on one of these red buttons and I can add a window, for example, or a door, or just a hole. In case I want to include a window, I can edit the size. I can have it 90 by 90 centimeter, and I can specify the position if I want it left side, middle, or right side on my wall. Let's assume I want it on left side at 20 centimeter from the side, from the left side, and 100 centimeter from the floor. I click apply, and I get my windows at 20 centimeter from the left floor, for the left wall, sorry, and 100 centimeter from the floor. Also for the windows and doors, you can add it in any moment of your project. We go on, we click finish, and automatically we get the preview on the right side with my windows, you see, at 20 centimeter and 100 centimeter from floor. Let's see the other menu here on the top. You have file. File is you can save the project, open a new project, or export the project. You can import a 3D room as a SketchUp file. Very important is this one, settings. This one shows you where when the features of your hardware are okay for this specific software. Here you have all the characteristics on the features of your hardware, and it's marked whether is okay for the software. Then you have the languages. You can change the languages. Here we have English. We can have German, French, and so on. Then help. These are tutorial pages, just to read, very easy to read. Tutorial pages to read, and at the end you get the link to our YouTube channel with all our tutorial videos. Feedback here, very important as well. You click on feedback in case you have some problems by using the software. You find some problems, something is not working. Just click on feedback, write here your message, send the feedback, and it automatically will be processed and solved by our technicians. Okay, this is important because by using this option feedback, our technician automatically gets the information on the features of your system, so they can very easily find the solution to your problem. Okay, we have then here, and this is very important, the 7 function buttons. 7 function buttons. These are the most important buttons in our software. Okay, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons. Our software is very user friendly. You don't have to be an expert. You just have to look at some tutorial, and you can be ready in some weeks to work by your own without problem. The software work at the same time in 2D and 3D. Some of these buttons work in 2D, but automatically all the changements are produced on the 3D version as well. Let's see from the first one, create room. Here we have the plan of our room, and we have here on the right side the 3D preview of my room. You see, I can move on my preview with the mouse, with the wheel of the mouse. I can navigate into my preview here. I can change the view. Okay, I can select another view. I can select from the top, from the bottom, a different part. Okay, I can change the view. When I select one of the wall, automatically on the left side of my screen, I have the 2D view of this wall. For example, if I click on this wall, it becomes yellow, and on the right side, on the left side, sorry, I get the 2D view. See? Okay. As I told you, we can in any moment modify the sizes of my room. You have the sizes here on the side. It's by clicking on the blue arrow here, drop and drag, you can change the sizes of my room. Okay, I release, and you see the sizes have changed. Okay, if I want to change the sizes, for example, if I want to make my room bigger, 20 centimeter bigger from the left side, means 20 centimeter bigger on this side, I just click on the red button. The red button in Tilelook always open a menu. Remember, a red button always open a menu. I have move. I click on this function. I want to go to left side, so I want to make my room bigger, 20 or 30 centimeter, let's say, on the left side. So I click minus 30 because I move to left, apply, and I get the room 30 centimeters bigger on the left side. Okay. Then we can also change the height of the room. If I click on up elevation, I see that my room is 2.70 meters, 270 centimeters high. This is the height of my ceiling. I can make it 300 centimeters. Apply, and it will be bigger. Any changements I produce on the 2D view is repeated on the 3D view. I can also very easily change the shape of my room. I can split my wall in 4 parts. Apply. And you see, I've splitted my wall in 4 segments. Any segment has his arrows, and I can move, see, and I can change the shape of my room in any moment. See, you always have the sizes of your walls. I go back. Okay, another function is you can create an arch or a niche. Very easy. For example, you can create a niche by clicking on this button, apply, and I create a niche on this wall. If I want to create a niche on this other wall, I click on this one. Sorry, I go on the floor, I click on this red button, create a niche, apply, and I create a niche. You get the same on the 3D view. Then the niche can be modified. The depth, see, can be modified as you prefer. Okay, we have seen that windows and doors can be imported in any moments of the project. You don't need to do it at the beginning. For example, you can do it now. You can even modify the position of the window. You click on the window, then by dragging on the blue squared point, you can move the windows into the wall. Okay, you can also move for some centimeters, 50 centimeters to right, for example, apply, and you get 50 centimeters to right. Okay, you can modify the windows. You can edit. For example, you make it 100 centimeters high. Apply. Sorry, I have to position. So it's the size is modified, but I have to position on the left side at let's say 50 centimeters from left side and 100 centimeters from to floor. Apply. Okay. We can also add some other windows door. Just click on the wall and add window door. This button. I can add another window, the same sizes. In this case, on the right side, 30 centimeters from the right side and 100 centimeters to floor. Apply, and I have here my other windows. Always I get the same on the 3D preview. Very easy to use. I can even create in my room. I can create a wall or a column or a wall in the middle of the room. Very easy. I click, for example, in this case, on the floor, and I click on this function, add 3D surface. I click on the function. I have the plan of my room, and I click apply. I get a 3D object, a cubus here. Then I can move these 3D elements. I select the elements. Okay. Sorry. I select the elements. And then I can move it where I prefer. For example, I have for example, these purple points that are OSNAP or hanging points. I can hang the element to a specific point or drag to move where I prefer. Then I can modify it very easily. I can modify by dragging on the arrows. I can make it, for example, in this case, I can make a column or a wall. I can change the sizes. When I want to make it the same height as my room, then I click on the red button, always open a menu, elevation. My room, you remember, is 300 centimeter high. I write 300 here, apply, and my column has the same size of the same height of my room. Okay, and I can modify, I can create maybe a wall, a dividing wall in the middle. I can also select and drag and move it around the room. I can also create a niche on a wall, for example here, just by adding a 3D surface, apply, select, I move on the center, I click on elevation, and I write minus 20 centimeter, apply, and you see I have created a niche. I'll show you from another view. Here, you see, I have created a niche into my wall. Okay. It's very easy. I can move it, and automatically the changements repeats on the 3D view. Okay, now we have a look, once we have created our room, we can have a look to the other function button, to the other button, layout tiles. So we can cover our walls and our floors with tiles. For this example, I open an existing project that makes me easier. So I open an existing project, like this one, for example, very simple project. I download, so it opens automatically in my screen, and I show you. Here is the project. You see, I work now on the function button layout tiles. As I told you, these are the 7 function buttons, the most important in our software. I go on layout tiles. Okay, I can select the wall I want to cover. For example, let's see, I want to cover this wall. Okay, now in this case I have already some tiles applied, but I remove it just to show you. And then I change the color of my wall. You see, the color is now blue. So I move to the other function button, paint room. Okay, I select the wall I want to change the color. This one, I don't want it to be blue, but I want it to be white. It makes me much easier. Okay, so I select a new material. I just double click on the material. Here you can select the color you prefer. For example, if you want a yellow, apply, and then I can make my wall yellow. In this case, I want to make it white to make it easier. Okay, so you can have all the colors you prefer. Now we go back to the other function button, layout tiles, and I want to cover this one with tiles. We have seen that it's not necessary to import, to download the tiles from the beginning. You can download it anytime, in any moment you prefer. In this case, for example, I add tile, I click on this button, and I can download it from Tilelook. I have my tiles, my wish list, or all the tiles. I can select the tile from all the tiles available in Tilelook, or I can select it from my wish list, the list of my favorite tiles. You remember the one we have seen before. So maybe I can select this one, and maybe this one. Okay. And it automatically will be added to our project. This one. Okay. And then a mosaic, like this one, for example. Okay. Now I have imported in my project some tiles, and I can start covering my wall. Very easy, drag and drop. So I drag and drop the element. So I click on the tile I want to use, this one, for example, and I drag into my wall. And automatically is placed, you see. You have a line, you have a row. I can then add row, okay, or just fill the complete wall to cover the complete wall by using these buttons here. Very easy. I suggest to have a look to our tutorial. You find all the explanation, but as you can see, it's very, very easy. Once the wall is complete, I can click apply, and automatically you will see also the preview on the 3D view on the right side, you see. In order to cancel this, I can click on this button, remove all tiles from surface. Okay. Another function, let's use this one. For example, you can include drag and drop, and then you can maybe also use one tile and just complete one, expand in the as a column as much as you prefer. Or also you can make a complete line. You can change the position of the tiles. In case I want to start the tile layout not from the corner but from another position, I can move and I write, for example, I don't know, 20 centimeters to right, apply, and you see, apply, and it has changed the position. Very easy. You can also start the position instead of going to right side. You can also go to left side. You move like that one, and then you go to left side. You can change, you can rotate the position of the tiles. Right, you click on the red button here, rotate, clockwise, counterclockwise. You select the one you prefer, and you see, you change the orientation of the tiles. You can also adjust the orientation by dragging the blue squared point. You can also hang the rotation to a specific point, like this one, for example. And then you can fill up the wall complete in this situation. Okay. Another situation, you can for example, divide the wall and just cover a part of it. For example, I drag this element and then I cover the complete wall. Okay, like this one. Apply. I can then select a certain number of tiles. I can remove, yes, and I can modify the position and make an insert of a tile. See, apply, and you have the same image also on the preview. Okay, you can also decide to cover just one part of the wall, so you can subdivide the surfaces. I show you first. I like to hide this object, then we see. Okay, so let's suppose I want to cover just this part of the shower with a mosaic. I go on subdivide surfaces. I select the wall. I want to create an area to be covered with mosaic. So I add the 2D surface, apply. I go quick, but all these explanations are included in our tutorial video. So I select the 2D area and I move with my cursor. You also have the sizes specified. I hang here and I make it the same width as my shower box, like this one. Okay, by dragging the rows. Okay, 100 centimeter, and I make it 2 meters high. Okay, 2 meters high. 100. Okay, I've created an area into my walls, and I want to cover this area with mosaic. So I go back to layout tiles. I select the area, and I drag my mosaic. You see, the mosaic is only on this specific area, and I can cover the complete area. I apply, and I get my my mosaic just on the shower area. You can also add in any moment the sizes of the elements. You click on the ruler and you can have in any moment the sizes. You see here, for example, if I have this sanitary and I want to specify the sizes, I want to see the distance in between the elements, I can in any moment specify the sizes. Very important in any tile, for example, you can, for example, in any project, you can also work and create the style of laying. You can, for example, plan to the tiles in a parquet style. You want to lay the tiles in a parquet style. For example, I show you some example. You can create this kind of layouts. So the tiles are not one above the other, but they are displaced like this one, displaced. Okay, very easy. For example, in this floor, I click on layouts, add layout, create stripes layout, and then I select the tile I want to displace, to install as a parquet style. So I drag into my upper screen, then this way, 3 times. Then I click on the red button, offset. I give an offset to right side. In this case, for example, 40 centimeter. I click on the other one and I give an offset of 20 centimeter, for example, to displace the tiles, you see. And I have created this parquet effect, okay? Apply. I have here my tile with this parquet, with this effect displaced. I drag into my floor and I get this effect. I can rotate it. For example, I can rotate like this one. Okay. See? And then I can fill the complete floor with this kind of format. See? Apply. And we have this parquet style. Okay, very important. You can also modify the gap in between the tiles. For example, by using this function, Tae Gap Setting, you can select here. You have we have a gap thickness. This is 2 millimeter. I can make it bigger. For example, 4 millimeter. Sorry, 4 millimeter. I can change the gap thickness, and then I can modify the gap color. See this gap? I can modify the gap color. I change to 4 millimeter thickness, and here we have a color palette of the main producer of materials and adhesive and glue for tiles. These are manufacturers with their color palette, color sample. I can select one of these, or maybe if I want, I can just click on the icon here and the lens, move the lens in my drawing and select the color, the one I prefer. For example, if I want a very dark color, like dark brown, like this one, I select it. I have a preview here. So I've modified the gap of my tiles, 4 millimeter thick, and to this specific color. I click apply, and it has been changed on the drawing. Okay. Okay, let's go now to see the objects. Another function, task function button, place object. This button is necessary when you import and want to place the object. Okay. We cancel this one. For example, in case you import an object, you can load from Tilelook, copy from an existing project, or load from the 3D warehouse of SketchUp. We have the direct access to the 3D warehouse of SketchUp with millions of 3D models, and we can directly import it in our drawing. For example, if I want a chair, I just chair, and I can, for example, this one, I can click on it and direct import into my project. Okay. Okay. In case I want to import a product from Tilelook, like this, for example, I just select it, download, and automatically it will include it in my section. Here on the right side, I have the icon with the preview. If I stay with the mouse on each preview, you get the information on the specific element. Then I can drag the object into my room. Okay. I catch some elements just to make the view easier. Okay, then I explain you. Okay, I've imported the product is in the middle of the room, the accessory, and then I can rotate it. Okay, or I can align it to a wall. For example, if I want to align this object to this wall on the left side, I click on the icon align to the wall. I click on the wall and it's automatically aligned to the wall. If I want to align this object to this other sanitary here, I just click on the first object, copy orientation, I click on the second object, paste, and I get the same orientation. Okay? Then let's move here. This view, we can move the object into the room by using this axis. Okay, blue, purple, red. Okay. Once I select an object, you see it becomes yellow, and it's you have to imagine it as included in a hypothetical in an invisible box, in an invisible carton box. Okay, with sides, with 6 sides, and this helped me to move the object and to align it to other existing objects. For example, if I want to align this object at the same height of this other object here on the left side, I have to align the upper end part on the left side to the right side of this object to get the same height, the same position. In this case, I move the cross of the axis, that is the hanging point. We call it hanging point. The cross of the 3 axes, the hanging point. So I move to the upper left side, and with my mouse I click, I make it bigger, to one of these OSNAP, these OSNAPs or hanging points. You see, these black points are named OSNAP, and these are hanging points. So when I click to this one, it automatically gets aligned. It's at the same height. When I want to move it, then I click on this function, move object, and I can move to the X direction, blue, red on the height, or purple. In this case, I want to move it to the right side, so on the blue axis for 30 centimeters, apply, and it gets to 30 centimeters. Okay? I can make an object invisible. As you see, in some of these objects, there is this icon with an eye. It means these objects are invisible. What does it mean? It means that these projects are present in my these objects are present in my project, but they are not visible. They are cached. They're just invisible, but they are included in my project. To make it visible, for example, the shower box, I just click on the icon. I click on the pencil, edit object, and I make enable, apply, and it comes back. You see? The object has come back. We can then modify, for example, so where you see the icon, it means it's invisible. We can also modify the sizes of the objects. Okay, the sizes. Just click on an object. For example, this shower plate. I can click on edit object, and then I can modify the name. I can make it invisible, as we have seen, or I can change the sizes. For example, in this case, I want to make it 120 centimeter. I click apply, and it has become bigger. As you have seen, the tree size has changed proportionally because we have this lock closed. When I want to change just one of the size, let's go back to the default sizes. When, for example, I just want to change one size, I open the lock and I change this one to 120. So I will only modify the width of the object. Okay, very easy. This is explained in our tutorial video as well. Let's now move to another function button, render. So render is important because this makes this allow you to produce very nice rendering to present to your end consumer, to your potential end consumer architects. It allows you to produce also the 360-degree renders. Okay. This also, we have the 3D view of our project as usual. You see, we can select the view we prefer because we have a camera in our hands. Okay, you have to imagine as we have a camera in our hands. Okay, once we find the right position, the right image, then we click add camera, and we will add a camera here. So this image can be then renderized. Okay, I only change this one. Okay, then to proceed with the rendering, I click on the button render. I click, and then I select the camera. I can renderize more camera in one time, but this makes the render very long. And it depends on the capacity of your processor as well. If you have a good processor, a good graphic card, then it's easier. But the more camera you renderize at the same time, the lower is the rendering procession. So I select the camera I want to renderize, this one, the camera 6, the one I can adjust the camera settings. I can change the name. Sorry. I can write test 1. Okay. Then I can select the type of rendering. I can do a perspective rendering or a panoramic rendering or 360 degrees rendering. The one we have seen at the beginning. We can do we have the two options. It's clear that the panoramic render is much longer to be produced. It needs more time. Then I selected the camera sizes. Okay. I select the camera sizes and the image size. The higher is the image size, the better is the quality, the longer time requires the render. Is clear. Then we can give apply. When the camera setting is adjusted, we can apply. We can click next. And then here we can adjust the lights on our rendering. We can adjust the lights. Here we can change the sun position by dragging this arrow here. We can modify the sun position. In this case, I have a window here. I can make the sun directly to go into my windows. Okay. I can change the effect of the light, time of the day. If I want a morning light, an afternoon light, an evening light, this allows my rendering to have the light effect I prefer. Then there is the exposure. It's a default value, but you can also change it. This is the quantity of lighting into my my rendering. If you are an expert on rendering, you can play with all this value. Otherwise, you can leave the default value and you can get anyway a very good image as well. Then we go on, and here you can select a background for my image. To make it nicer, to make it more realistic, I can select a background. I can load a background from Tilelook. We have a selection of pictures that we can use as background, or I can load from my own file, my desktop. For example, here I have some pictures ready in my desktop. I select one of these, for example, this one. Okay, choose, and automatically this will include it in my project. You see, I can adjust the sizes of my picture. I can adjust the position. You see, on the right side. I can adjust in vertical, in horizontal. I can rotate. Once I find the correct position, okay, then we click next. These are default value for rendering expert. So I suggest you for the beginning, let it as per default. Next, and then here we have the option, very important, either to launch the render with our own computer, but this affects the performance of our computer, of our processor, because the rendering requires a lot of capacity, and maybe it slows down the processor. We have another option, a new one, to make the render in cloud. It means it's not your computer, it's not your processor doing the rendering, but it's our central server making the rendering, producing the render. So it means this rendering will not affect the capacity and the performance of your processor. This is it's very interesting, because you can, in the meantime, work on the projects, work on your files, and the render process go on without affecting your processor. For example, we selected this one, render cloud, finish, and automatically the render starts. Okay, as I told you, in the meantime, while the render will be processed, you can close them and then continue working on your project. Okay, and the render is working by himself. So you don't have to wait till the end of the rendering. You can even work and modify and go on. As you see in the different camera, when you have the icon of the camera, this little icon, and you click on it, it means you have a rendering image linked to this specific camera. You see? You open the rendering image. If I click on the icon, I get the rendering image. It means there is a rendering for this specific camera already made. You can also modify the size, the material of your objects. For example, sorry, I make this visible. So, for example, these cabinets, I can modify the material, I can edit the material of the different objects. Any object has its own material for default, but I can in any moment modify. When I click on it, automatically I get the icon of the material on the right side. I click on it, double click, and I can change the material. I have here some default material at disposal on Tilelook. I can change the color. Maybe I can, for example, in this case, I can do it blue, like this one, apply, and I get my cabinet blue. The front panel in blue. I can use a texture, for example, a wooden texture like this one. apply, and I get the texture. I can edit the texture. If I double click, I can also edit the texture. It means, you see, I can scale. You see, the texture is changing. I can scale or rotate. See? So I can adjust the texture as I prefer. So we can, in any moment, modify all the materials. Last but not less important, price and quantities. Automatically, by creating the project, our software update these grids, including all the materials, tiles, accessories, objects, furniture pieces, and so on, we have used in our project. It automatically updated this grid with the quantity necessary, with the name, manufacturer, and collection and code number of the items. You have the preview here of the icon, and it allows you to get these grids created. You can have the grid of the tiles, the objects, and you can add a third table for where you can include, for example, the glue or the color or the hardware for installation. These elements that are not visible in the project, but they make parts of the offer you want to include on your offer for the end consumer. Okay. This specific file, once ready, can be exported in an Excel file. By clicking on this function, you can select which one of the 3 tables you want to present in your Excel file. You can either present the 3 one or just, for example, the first 2 and not include the last one, as you prefer. Then you can include the column you want to present in your Excel file. You want to include in your Excel file. You can add all the columns or some of them just by dragging on the right side. These are the columns we will include in our Excel file. Next, same is for the objects, the one you want to include in your Excel file. You can include all the objects or just some of them as you prefer. You select the accessories. Okay. Next. And then you click finish. Automatically, it creates an Excel file. We can write, you have to give a name. We can rewrite test 3. Okay, we can give a name and we save, and automatically it creates an Excel file. It opens the Excel file. Here, you see. This is the Excel file of corresponding to our grids, and then you can, in any moment, modify and work on it to prepare your offer, to modify your offer for your end consumer. You can also very easily prepare a presentation by using this function. Okay, you can prepare a presentation in PDF format by adding the drawings, the camera view, the 2D surfaces, the tiles and quantities, your grids, all the part of your projects can be included in this presentation. Very easy to produce, and at the end you will get this kind of presentation. Okay, this kind of presentation. You get the first part with the title, the companies. You can mark the title, the companies. You can have the renderings included, see, with your name, the 2D view with the sizes, with the preview of the products. This is available just with this function. And then at the end, the list with the preview, the list of the items, tiles, coverings, and objects included in the project. This is very useful to present as a final offer to your end consumer, but also to present, to give to as a technical document to plumbers, to fitters, whereas they have all the sizes and all the specification of the different products. Okay, this was more or less everything for today. I hope it has been useful and interesting. As I told you, do not hesitate to send any questions, any demand on to our address contact@tilelook.com. You can visit our website and the more visit our YouTube channel with all our video tutorial. That's all for now. I wish you all the best for the future. See you next time. Ciao.